Also, of course, Benjahin of Timothy.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Excellent. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the co-conveners, the patrons, the National Steering Committee, and the Functional Executive Committee of the Ghana Culture Forum, it's my pleasure and duty to welcome you to the 13th Ghana Culture Day celebration. And I want us all to give ourselves a round of applause. The other day we were at a program and it started a whole hour late. In line with the tradition of the Ghana Culture Forum, we'll all rise and sing Yen Ara Asaseni. The lyrics will be projected on the screen. Thank you. Ready, sing.
Meja na numshegu nyadi tu ho mayeng edumi ne wososo sayebe ye biatwaso nimdientra sunkuntun krani ni apese min kuminya edi embremu de maya sasi hudo atumse omanu sebeye yo omanu seriye yo eyese na ose Omanfo bra netre, omanu sebeye yo, omanu seriye yo.
Thank you very much. Please take your seats. So good morning once again. And today is a great day for all cultural practitioners, activists, creative arts practitioners, and activists. One will wonder, what is the Ghana Culture Day all about? Before I invite our illustrious chair to give us the welcome address, permit me to introduce the dignitaries on the high table. Starting from the extreme left is Mr. Carl Ampa, Communications Specialist with UNESCO. Communications and Culture Specialist. And then we have our keynote speaker, a very, very dignified young man who is showcasing Ghana globally, Chief Momen. And Chief will share some of his experiences from the world premiere of Mansa World. Chairing the occasion today is the Ipajahini of Echim Etim, Chairman of the Ghana Culture Policy Review Committee, a communication, media, and cultural consultant, Nana Kwesi Jan Apenteng. And we have a caretaker minister for the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. He's the substantive minister for chieftaincy and religious affairs. And he's affectionately known as Asabi. If you check his passport, you'll see Stephen Asamoah Boateng. For short, Asabi. And Asabi, maybe if I have chance, I'll say a few words about Asabi later on in the program. And then to my left is my own boss, the chairman of the Ghana Culture Forum and executive director of the National Commission on Culture. I said I'll do the high table, but permit me to introduce the co-conveners of the Ghana Culture Forum. And I'm starting with Mommy, Auntie AC. That's what we all call her. But she's Professor AC Sutherland. And my godfather, when we're doing programs like this, he's controlling me with his eyes. You see a certain look and you know that Charlie, but steady. Mr. Akunu Dake. Next to Mr. Dake is the immediate past chairman of the Ghana Culture Forum, Mr. Asari Yamwa. We also have the Capo di Tutti here, Mr. John Yao Agbeko, Chief Director, MOTAC. And later on in the program, we'll be recognizing more dignitaries here present. On that note, I'll invite the chairman of the forum, Nana Utu Uwahini Achampong, to deliver the welcome statement.
Nana Chairperson, Honorable Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, also taking care of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Honorable Stephen Asamoah Boateng, members of the Diplomatic Corps, traditional leaders, our Queen Mothers Foundation, fellow cultural practitioners and activists, the media, students, lovers of culture, Mohi Akwaba to all of you. On behalf of the Ghana Culture Forum, the foremost cultural civil society organization and umbrella body for all cultural practitioners and activists in Ghana, I welcome you to the 2024 Ghana Culture Week. And of course, the 14th of March was slated to be the Ghana Culture Day since 2012. So as much as we're celebrating the entire week as Ghana Culture Week, today is the Ghana Culture Day, which happens to be the 13th edition of this flagship festival of the Ghana Culture Forum. The Ghana Culture Week, formerly Ghana Culture Day, is to commemorate Ghanaian culture and its place in national development. It was launched in 2012 on the March 14th and observed every year by activities such as Symposium on relevant theme and artistic emporium to showcase works of our cultural expressions. The scope of activities has evolved to include other events, and this year we have pioneered a week-long celebration, warranting adjustments in the name of the festival to reflect the scope. More so, we look forward to exploring a month-long celebration. Although we are engaged in a wider scope, our focus is still hinged on the following objectives. 1, to highlight Ghana's cultural heritage through showcasing of the diversity of cultural expressions. 2, to highlight pertinent issues related to culture and heritage, to provide platform for stakeholder engagement on cultural issues, to provide marketing opportunities for cultural enterprises and industries, to provide platform for networking between cultural practitioners and consumers of cultural goods and services. For us at the Ghana Culture Forum, our work is hinged on 4 main pillars: policy and advocacy, research, capacity building, and funding. All of these geared towards ensuring the recognition and mainstreaming of issues of culture in national development as enshrined in the Constitution in the directive principles of state policy. We do so by monitoring and intervening in developments in cultural sector as envisaged in the Ghana Culture Policy, coordinating and representing the views and voices, ensuring that they are heard and ventilated, supporting cultural activists and their organization to promote the best of Ghanaian creativity and heritage. Every year we are faced with the challenge of selecting a suitable theme for this cultural festival. In the pioneering year, that is 2024, we selected Culture with a Chop to draw attention of policymakers to the fact that while we may have entertained and recreational value, the economic value cannot be overlooked. Hence, Culture with a Chop. To paraphrase the words of Joshua Mapunga, the contemporary Pan-African and activist. Culture is currency. One that has power over your culture has power over your currency. Today, our theme for the celebration is cultivating cultural capital, nurturing Ghana's legacy for Africans' renaissance. Fortunately, we have found an intriguing and equally talented keynote speaker in Chief Momen, who will interrogate the theme. So I will leave him to drum home the ideals of the theme. For us, creative practitioners, we are well aware of the exponential returns and value of our work and what we do. We may be the only industry blessed with infinite resources. The gold, oil, and other resources are finite, but not our creative capacities. The creative sector has contributed so much to the building and maintaining the international reputation of Ghana, and yet we have not had the necessary support of our governments over the years to rightfully place us as equal partners and contributors to the development of our country. Today is not the time for us to enlist our problems. That is for another day. However, I have one plea, that as we have our Honorable Minister here and other key people, that is consistent collection of comprehensive data of the cultural sector. That is what I want to place on the table for today, and the others, we can look at them at another day. The economic gains from the year of return and December in Ghana initiatives scratched the surface of the potential of our cultural heritage if properly coordinated and marketed. In this information age, data, we agree, is gold. The cultural sector is therefore pleading with all stakeholders, especially the government, to invest in the data, which is our gold of the Ghanaian creative sector. As a non-partisan civil society organization, the Ghana Culture Forum is ever ready to work with all governments and stakeholders in realizing this data collection project. Other programs that we believe that we can leverage on is the biannual flagship program of the National Commission on Culture. That is the National Festival of Arts and Culture, which is biannual. The 60th edition was held in 2022, in Cape Coast, the Central Region. And this year, NAFAC is happening in the Bono East Region. That's the first time the new regions are going to experience NAFAC, starting from the Bono East Region with Techimai as its capital, God willing, this October. I will pause here for another speakers and others for the program to run. But I want to welcome everybody and wish that those who are ready to be part of this great movement, the Ghana Culture Forum. You are welcome today, and we make things available for you to be part of this great movement. I want to thank you and welcome you all. Thank you.
Please, let's put our hands together one more time. Before I invite the chairman to give his statement, permit me to recognize Nana Kobiwa Akwa, Vice President of the Queen Mother's Foundation. Nana is also a himo to me for my traditional area in the central region. And there's a gentleman who's put Ghana on the map musically. He's been nominated 2 times for the Grammys. He's here with us with his better half, Rocky Dawuni and Carrie Sullivan.
As the chairman of the Ghana Culture Forum, I look at this place and I felt ashamed. Heavily loaded with men. And I feel so bad. So, Nana, your honors, I'm giving my seat to you. Nana, please, let's go. So, clap for me, the women. I think you can do it for me.
Gender balance issues. Before Nana Kwesi Jana Penten comes, it's proper that I introduce the functional executive committee members of the forum. So, in no particular order, let me start with Makiba Boateng. And Kiba is here with her shadow. Baba is a lawyer. Baba, give us a wave. And to show that we're gender balanced in the forum, next to Makiba is the General Secretary of the forum, Edwina Asan. And the Supervisor General for today's program is Ken Fiati, Executive Member of the forum. Samuel Dodu, Numuelenche, Executive Member. And Sami Jando, because Sami is handling the lighting and the camera, he's in the back. Give us a wave, Sami. And as you can see, we've been joined by students from, I guess this will be like Laboni or something. Hey, me and my Aquinas people, Cafe Rough, we are the defending champions. And so, you see the young Toms, defending champions. And so we have 4 schools that participated in the schools debate. We had the defending champions from Thomas Aquinas. We had Laboni Secondary School, Nungwa Secondary School, and Accra Girls Secondary School. The interesting thing is that Ken Fiati is an alumni of Accra Girls Secondary School. I'll invite our chairman, Apejahini of Achim Etim, chairman of the Ghana Culture Policy Review Committee, and a consultant in media and communications. Nana.
Well, I've been told to sit because I'm a Nana. That's a change. In fact, the chairperson of the forum ordered me this morning that I should appear in full regalia. If there's one culture we should cultivate, it is that of clapping and clapping loudly. Yeah, that is beginning to sound better. The clapping is often anemic, and MCs will have to say, we can do it better. Do it one more time. I think we don't clap enough in this country. And that means we don't appreciate ourselves as often as we should. If it is asembonidia, we take it, but when it is good, it is muted. I think creating this culture of self-appreciation should be part of our remit as we've gathered here to become apostles of clapping. I say this everywhere I go. And I thank you for inviting me to chair today's function. I was alarmed when I saw on the program chairman's address because I don't have an address. So I'm only to accept. The first thing I was going to say was the optics did not look good, being all men on the high table. Now, we've gone a little bit to address that. But of course, going forward, one would hope that our mothers, sisters would have equal representation at every high table, as indeed it is in our culture. Now, mine is to accept to chair. Only one thing that 13 years, I didn't think we had come. I thought it was just like 6 or 7 years. Because I remember the first tentative steps taken by this forum at various places, the hotel at on the Adenta Road and such places where a few people gathered, and had it not been for the redoubtable energy of our own Antiesi and Odishi Akunu, wouldn't be here today. I think they carried the torch, handed it over to a new generation, and it's fantastic that today we are celebrating the 13th edition of this idea and this event. Now, as you heard, I'm the chair of the Culture Policy Review Committee, and our work is ongoing, and we are still collecting information and adding to what should eventually become the policy that would guide the culture sector in this country. So for teachers, it's fantastic that this is taking place here, and I can see many members of the committee, past and present, here. This means that we are here as a harvesting group. So when Chief Moment is speaking, you should take note that we will be taking forth his ideas into the policy where it will work. This morning, Professor Frempong, who is sitting right in front of me, called me and said his car had broken down. And so he would probably not come, and ordered me again to speak about patents, patenting our designs and things like that. So I started research, and luckily he's here. So that research has cost me 30 minutes of my life, which I'm now not going to use since he's here. But it's fantastic that with his broken car and his legs not broken, he's been able to come here. So ladies and gentlemen, it's great to find everybody here, and particularly to see so many young people here. I think I have another opportunity to speak later in the program. So this is to thank everybody and to thank the organizers for inviting me to be here today. I thank you.
Nana said it. Let's cultivate the culture of clapping. So before our special guest speaks, we'll take some solidarity messages from some of our partner organizations. However, let me recognize Francis Dadzi, a member of the forum, leader of the domain for performance. Ivy Prosper is also here. Oh, Ivy, give us a wave. Sherry Thompson. Sherry, dear, you've heard her already. Mr. Jemai. George Busumpim. Auntie Doris Kuonu. Prof, dear, Nana has mentioned Prof already, but that's Professor Frimpong. Dr. Arthur is also here. And they say fear delegates. Do you know why you should fear delegates? Ras, Caleb, Levi. He was an aspirant for the Musiga presidential elections. Like Nana indicated, it's a whole week celebrating culture. On Monday, we started with a fashion dialogue at Buro. And then on Tuesday, we held the inter-schools debate at Attic, Accra Tourist Information Center. And today is the climax, Ghana Culture Day Symposium, to be followed by a presentation on the Africa Fashion Report. Nana Chair of Ghana Culture Forum reminded me that a few days ago, it was Nana Chair of today's birthday. And so I'm sure later on we will sing him a lovely happy birthday song. But before then, let me bring on Mr. Carl Ampa of UNESCO to give us a brief solidarity message. And Mr. Ampa will actually do the presentation on the Africa Fashion Report. But let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Good morning. How's everybody today? Good. Okay. So I'm here on behalf of our head of office, Mr. Mukala, and he's had to leave town, and these are his statements that I'm going to be sharing with you. So, Honorable Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Nana Kwesi Jana Penting, Chair of the Policy Review Committee,